Mr. Shah has devoted more than 25 years of his career promoting inclusive and sustainable development internationally. He is a published author of works in health economics and was a policy champion as well as a nominee for the UNDP Administrators Award. We request you, sir, to address the August gathering.
Honorable Chief Minister Shri Shivraj Singh Chauhan, Dr. V.K. Saraswat, Member, Niti Aayog, Professor Sachin Chaturvedi, Vice Chair of the Madhya Pradesh State Policy and Planning Commission, Professor Shamika Ravi, Member of the Prime Minister's Economic Advisory Council, Sri Iqbal Bains, Chief Secretary of Madhya Pradesh, Mr. Praveen Srivastava, Chairman, Madhya Pradesh State Statistical Commission, Dr. Yogesh Suri, Senior Advisor, Niti Aayog, Mr. Kumar Singh, CEO of Atal Bihari Vajpayee Institute of Governance Policy Advice. On behalf of the United Nations System and the Secretary General of the UN, Namaskar. मुझे हर बार भोपाल में आकर बहुत खुशी हुई। And I say that because actually Bhopal was my very first official visit when I arrived in India a year and a half ago. And I recall very fondly then telling Honorable Chief Minister how poetic and important that was for me, having grown up in the U.S. state of Kansas, which is always called the heart of America, Madhya Ameriki. So to be visiting the heart of India, Madhya Pradesh, is a wonderful honor. And my youth growing up, we share so many similar economic and other aspects. Also a major grower, producer of crops like wheat and soya, millets, this being the International Year of the Millets as well. So I wish to join everybody here on the dais and everybody here in the room in commending the Honorable Chief Minister, commending the government of Madhya Pradesh for organizing this important discussion both on the national NPI and on the NPI successes and accomplishments here in Madhya Pradesh, and to congratulate Niti Aayog for leading the overall work nationally, and to reiterate that the United Nations has been very honored and pleased to be a partner in this process, UNDP in particular as a technical partner. I think throughout my time here in India, as I've traveled across the country, had the honor and pleasure to do that, I have been so inspired by the incredible diversity of models of governance and the scaled-up efforts to leave no one behind and to achieve the SDGs and the embracing of the SDGs more than any country that I have seen before. And this is more important than ever because, as we know, the world is facing a polycrisis. We've just recovered from a pandemic. We're facing the impacts of price rises, fuel shortages and food, debt crises stemming from conflicts, and at the same time we face the triple planetary crisis of climate change, biodiversity loss and pollution, the greatest existential threat. In the background, in fact, we've just witnessed the hottest month on record, and as the Secretary General says, it's a scary thought when we consider today's hottest days may soon be the coolest days when we look back. So the importance of what India is doing and what states like Madhya Pradesh are doing cannot be underestimated. In fact, India is home to upwards of even half of some of the global SDG indicators. So as India achieves the SDGs on the backs of the efforts of states like Madhya Pradesh, the world can achieve the SDGs. And in fact, the Secretary General of the United Nations, when he was last year in India, noted that India is the country that can make the SDGs, the global SDGs, a reality. And The NPI is an important measure, an important way of telling this story, going beyond limited metrics of income and consumption expenditure. And it tells us, as Dr. Suri already walked us through in detail, essentially two stories. Who are the poor? Who are the people facing multidimensional overlapping deprivations? And to what degree are they facing those deprivations? And this is critically important information for policymakers, for governments like Madhya Pradesh and the Planning Committee.